የተወደዳችሁ ተመልካቾቻችን በዛሬው ፕሮግራማችን ላይ የጋበዝንላችሁ አንድ ሰፋ ያለ ልምድ ያላቸው የህንድ ተወላጅ የሆኑ አርክቴክት ናቸው። ሚስተር ፕራናቭ አየር ይባላሉ። ሚስተር ፕራናቭ አየር በህንድ እንዲሁም በአሜሪካ ሁለት የዲዛይን ስቱዲዮዎችን የሚመሩ ልምድ ያላቸው የረጅም ጊዜ ልምድ ያላቸው አርክቴክት ናቸው። በአጋጣሚ በህንጻ ኮሌጅ በነበረው የተማሪዎች የፕሮጀክት ፕሬዘንቴሽን ፕሮግራም ላይ ተገኝተን እሳቸውን በእንግድነት በአጋጣሚ ተገኝተው አግኝተናቸዋል። ልምዳቸውን ቀርጸን ማስቀረት ስለፈለግን በጋበዝናቸው መሰረት ፈቃደኛ ሆነው ተገኝተውልናል። መጀመሪያ ሚስተር ፕራናቭ አየርን ማመስገን ፈልጋለሁ። እዚህ በኋላ ውይይታችን ወደ እንግሊዝኛ ይሆናል። አመሰግናለሁ። Mr. Pranav, how you doing?
I'm great, thank you. Thank you for calling.
How is your long stay in Addis?
18 hours and I'm leaving in 2 hours, so
okay.
not a very long stay.
How long did you live in Addis?
This is the first time I've come here.
First time,
but I hope to, now that I've spent these 18 hours here, I'm planning to come here much more often.
Okay, how did you find your stay in only for 2 days in Addis? This is the second day, I think.
This is the second day, yes.
Okay.
Well, the first day was spent with students of architecture,
okay,
which was an amazing experience.
Okay.
And today I've had opportunity to go walk around the city a little bit.
Okay.
But I still think the first day was amazing because I just met so many wonderful people, and as an architect, I met other people from my profession,
yeah,
who are looking at issues that we all face. So that was
yeah,
who are looking at issues that we all face. So that was really nice.
Okay, Mr. Pranav, as a newcomer for this city or as a stranger, you were passing by, I think.
Yes.
How happened to you that you were here in Addis?
I am. The main reason is, I think, thanks to the Ethiopian Airlines.
Okay.
Because I was coming back from Djibouti,
okay,
on my way to India, and I was to transfer here.
Okay.
So I decided to stay back and see a new city.
Okay.
For 2 days, a last minute plan.
Okay.
And that is how I'm here. So.
Okay. Okay. The first thing is that you just wanted to see Addis, and the other thing that was surprising for me is that as a tourist you had to go to other places, but you just took your taxi and came to School of Architecture,
yes,
directly.
That was strange because
What did you expect to see?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I had been to Djibouti, I had been to Berbera, Hargeisa,
okay,
and I had met a lot of people there.
Okay.
And Addis Ababa was supposed to be 2 days of relaxation.
Okay.
So I ended up landing, and as I was coming out of the airport, I suddenly decided that, does this city have a school of architecture?
Okay.
If it does, let me ask somebody.
Okay.
So I asked a taxi guy, and he said there is an engineering, a building college, I believe,
yes,
they call it here.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, the building college. He was not sure if it was architecture.
Okay.
I said, I'll take my chances. I
okay,
said, we'll stop by at my hotel, put
okay,
my luggage,
okay,
and go.
Okay. And you sampled into a presentation of
Yes,
students.
yes, that was just my good luck.
And by the time I come, you appear to be their instructor, a teacher. You were already.
I was very much a visitor.
Okay.
But I could empathize with what they were doing.
Okay.
Because the city I come from, Pune in India.
Yes.
And many other cities in my country as well.
Okay.
We face the same problems that you are facing here.
Okay.
Congestion,
okay,
and infrastructure and all this, and those students were addressing those problems. So
okay,
I could relate to that.
Okay. I'll come back to the students first. Now, we just drove into the middle of our conversation. I didn't ask you about yourself. Just give me a brief description of Mr. Pranav.
I'm an architect from India.
Okay.
We have a small firm by the name of Ground 11 Architects.
Okay.
And we have an office in India, and we have an office in Los Angeles, which is run by a very close friend of mine,
Okay.
Mr. Drone.
An Ethiopian, an Indian, I mean.
Very much so. Very much
Yes,
so.
okay.
Drone Angar. He's been there for a while now. He's been
Okay.
there for I think 12 years. So
Okay.
he's running that office, and I'm here in Africa because
Okay.
we are doing work in Djibouti and in Hargeisa,
Okay.
and this is just fate that brought me here.
Okay. What's your project in Hargeisa and in Djibouti?
Uh,
Let's talk about your experience in Hargeisa. Hargeisa is a country in the middle of reconstruction, somehow in turmoil. Is there anything?
Reconstruction, yes. Turmoil, no.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
I have found that region probably to be the safest that I've traveled to anywhere in the world. I've traveled
You
to
mean
not.
it?
I mean it.
Okay.
I left my laptop on the side of a road for 50 minutes and nobody picked it up.
Okay. In Somalia.
In Hargeisa. In Hargeisa.
Okay. Somaliland.
Yeah. So that was pretty amazing.
Okay.
And but yes, it is a dream place for an architect to be in,
Okay.
because there's so much that we can do.
Okay.
And so we are trying to do that. We are working right now with a couple of companies there,
Okay.
and with the same companies we are working with in Djibouti as well. We are doing interiors projects. We're doing a couple of offices,
Okay.
buildings as well as interiors.
Okay.
We're doing a few bungalows for people there.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah.
So you are also planning to, just to advise city mayor of Hargeisa on building a school of architecture, establishing school of architecture. I think.
Advice would probably come at a stage if he says yes.
Okay. Okay. This is
Right
a
now,
proposal.
was just
It's a
us.
proposal.
We would like to request him, perhaps, because this was an idea again that I got at the last minute after I reached there.
Okay.
Was that whole region has the need
Okay.
for sensible, low-cost design,
Okay.
and you cannot keep calling somebody from another country to do your work.
Okay. Yes. Yes. Yes.
You should train your own people.
Yes.
And I know it's taking away my potential projects, but I believe in that.
Yes.
Is that self-sufficiency in design is very important.
Yes.
So we are talking. We will be talking to the mayor, and we are talking to other important people there, and to start off the first school of architecture in the country.
That's very
There.
interesting.
And
It must be a tempting proposal for the mayor, I think.
I hope so.
Okay, let's go back to our common experience in the School of Architecture with first-year students. They were first-year
Definitely.
students. How did you find them?
I still don't think they were first-year students.
You mean it?
I mean it.
Okay.
Their work was fantastic,
Okay.
and even though they had not been 3, 4, 5 years in architecture, so they did not know what to call some of the things they were doing,
Yes, yes.
which we as
They don't know
architects
only the jargons, but they
exactly.
already-
But they understood what is important,
Okay.
and they had very clear ideas of how to do those things, and that was amazing to watch.
Okay, it's very interesting. Let's come back into common problems of third world countries. Let's see the first. What third world countries face in the context of architecture, while there is an economic boom, like now we are in the middle of it.
Right.
And you have been through it maybe for the past 20, 30 years in India. And what is the problems that a country faces while the economy is challenging to manage it in a proper manner?
Yeah.
Well, construction.
I
is
think
active.
economy, the development of an economy and the development or maturity
Yes.
of a culture to
Yes.
be able to adapt to that boom
Yes.
is very difficult, because that ability to adapt is not there. I think no country in the world as a whole can adapt to change in the way culture is changing now
Okay.
with that speed. So as a result, what happens is that in very basic ways, we suddenly are able to buy more cars,
Mm.
but we don't have the roads for that, because policies are still skewed towards the 1980s, 1990s outlook of what is required to build a country.
Okay.
These booms are not happening because of, in my opinion, because of laws being changed.
Yes.
Is becoming. These are happening because the private sector gets opened up to some extent, and people take initiatives So laws are not able to keep up with that. As a result, what happens is that planning for the boom always happens 10 years too late, which results in infrastructure problems, congestion, and people leaving towns and coming to cities for various reasons. It could be because of drought, it could be because of just too many people in the family, too little land to be sustainable. So all these things are there. That,
actually, what would politicians challenge you in your opinion be in my just when I think of what they might think in face of your opinion,
right,
is that the economic boom and explosion, the economic transformation is as a result of policy reforms, and they are saying that we are reforming the policy so that the stagnating economy is now igniting into.
I agree with that to some extent, that there are definitely, I mean, India opened up its markets. We had what you call a license Raj, which was essentially the government giving an okay for any business development or something on those lines.
Okay.
So just basic policy changes do definitely give an impetus, but ultimately to ride that impetus is, I think, the citizens' responsibility, not the government's.
Okay.
And unfortunately, we love the ride.
Okay.
But we leave the important things behind.
Okay.
So that's the problem. We buy our expensive cars, but don't pay the tax for the roads, things like that.
Okay.
So, I mean, I'm not large enough to have actually debated this with a politician.
Okay.
I don't think I know enough to debate it with a politician.
Okay.
But I definitely feel that yes, planning is at least 20 to 30 years behind what is needed right now.
Okay. What about, let's talk about architecture and development in third world countries. Usually, most of starting from the curriculum and teaching methods,
right,
they are imported from the Western countries,
right,
who were trying to solve their own problems. Just in due course, they developed these curriculums, and we are importing them. This is our problem. Was it the same in India?
In architecture, in schooling, of course, our system is, in India at least, is very similar to what is there in Britain, because they were here till not too far back. So we have a very British system of school education.
Okay.
However, in architecture, I think we've pretty much worked out our own curriculum.
Okay.
So that's not bad. And for the past few years, a lot of stress has been paid on vernacular architecture, which is local architecture, low-cost architecture, and sustainable architecture.
Okay.
Now, what we need to do is to understand that just labels of sustainability and low cost are not enough.
Okay.
Because most of these globally recognized labels are from the West.
Okay. Yes.
We have to have our own system of judging something as being either sustainable or low cost or, I don't know, affordable for that matter.
Yes. Yes. Now, how do you express the Indian way of addressing these issues? Affordability, sustainability, and maybe low cost. They're all the same. This is one of our problems that we are striving to solve.
Right.
Housing, especially with respect to housing.
Right.
How did you manage? How many ways of approach do you have in solving housing problems in India?
The problems are very similar that you have here, probably.
Yes.
And our success or lack of success is the same as you have here as well.
Okay.
We have a lot of housing for the middle income groups and the higher income groups, but horribly insufficient housing for the poor in our country as well. That's because the private sector, because you don't make money, really large amounts of money off that, would not be interested in doing that. That is their call. And our governments, I don't think, really can afford to build millions of houses. So what we need to do is we need to make the basic cost of a house come down. And I think a lot of people are doing a lot of work on this. At least in India, I know that they are doing a lot of work on local.
What sort of works to bring basic cost of housing? The construction, the land, the infrastructure.
Essentially, I think there are 4 parts to any project. One is the land price, of course.
The land price.
Land price. Then you have the infrastructure that goes into a project.
Land is owned privately in India.
Development land, that is the thing that I'll come to that. What really determines land pricing. So you have land price.